Hello there. I'm here to teach you about Pokemon. So I made a video about Digimon, how you are a good Digimon master. I made a video about how you're a good Yu-Gi-Oh master. Now it's time to tell you how you're a good Pokemon master. And else, well, I've taken the t-shirt on to explain how you're a proper Pokemon master. And you see, to be a true Pokemon master is not too different from being a god. You know why? I'll tell you, don't worry, humans. Because this channel is, think of mixing information and entertainment into a cocktail of how to be a Pokemon master. And because kids are demanding these days on YouTube, right? You want to be informed and entertained at the same time. That's why we need to tell you how to become a proper Pokemon master. And then you watch my videos and then I get a fuck ton of views and then I don't have to work because you give me money by watching stupid commercials about shit you don't need that you buy anyway because you're stupid and insecure. And, well, that is what we will not say. Because, you ready? How to become a Pokemon master? Okay, here's how it works. Basically, you gotta want it. You just, it's a fire of passion that burns within your heart. You're like, it's not just like, oh, I have some free time. I'm gonna go catch some Pokemon. No. You almost can't sleep because you love Pokemon so much. It's all you think about. While the other peoples are going into town to have sex with humans and when they watch TikTok and are on Instagram and watch football and handball and news about who bought what football player and fashion magazines, then you're out Pokemon battling. And the way you catch Pokemon is to risk your life. You risk your life in the battle of Pokemon. Because you have to battle. And when you don't have any Pokemon, well, then you have to battle yourself. So you start battling the Pokemon. And then you might risk your life because the Pokemon are very dangerous creatures. You could get a Hitmonchan strike you in the face, a Zapdos who lightning strike you in the face. Or you can get an Articuno, ice wind strike in your face. You get Moltres, fireball in your face. Mewtwo, energy ball in your face. Mew, she'll just play with you, right? So, what do you do when you're just a noob human against psycho strong Pokemon? Well, you start with the weak Pokemon, like a fucking Pidgeot, or a stupid Pikachu, or a Bulbasaur, or a Charmander, or a Turtle. Or a Squirtle. I think it's called a Squirtle. And then you can evolve them into Venusaur and Trigantosaur and Tyrannosaurus Rexus and Digimon. You see, it's all about evolution when you catch your Pokemon. Then you give them Pokemon power and they increase in strength. And then you make them battle each other. See? Normally you go out and find other Pokemon trainers. But you don't do that in Pokemon in the beginning because you want to get stronger than all your opponents, so you just smash them all easily. So you battle your Pokemon against each other until they get strong. Then you go out into the city with your Pokemon and then you just duel other Pokemon trainers. And then whoever wins gets the other's Pokemons. That's how it works. I'll explain some more about Pokemon. So, this is a bit more abstract. This is for advanced Pokemon. And the truth of the matter is that the beautiful thing about consciousness, actually, is that what you would call God, right? How would we describe God? well, the perfect Pokemon. No, I'm kidding. Or am I? Hard to tell, right? Because I'm the Pokemon trainer. Religion. Huh. What is religion if you're, well, I would answer Pokemon. Whoever is not practicing Pokemon actively is what I would call a non-believer. And I don't talk with non-believers. I'm like, oh, you're a Christian. Oh, you're a Muslim. Oh, you're a Buddhist. A non-believer in the religion of Pokemon. And I don't respect you, but I like you. You're allowed to live, right? I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to have anything to do with you. I actually kind of don't want to look at your disgusting face of a non-believer because I'm a Pokemon religious Pokemon. I don't laugh because it's funny. I laugh because I am a. Well, when when you're a Pokemon trainer, you laugh occasionally because your Pokemon tickle you. See, I was tickled by Raichu right there. Stop Raichu. I don't have Raichu. It was well, it was Mewtwo who tickled me. Oh, you silly Mewtwo. Now, back to business. Stop it, Hitmonchan. He hits me all the time. He's just so, it's like ADHD, my ADHD Pokemon Hitmonchan. Stop it, Hitmonchan. So annoying. Okay, Squirtle, stop squirting water on Charmander. It's so typical, Squirtle and Charmander. They keep doing it. Bulbasaur, he's just laughing at them. Just Bulbasaur laughing at Charmander and Squirtle annoying each other. Stop it, Squirtle. Okay, as I was saying, consciousness, right? So basically, the beautiful thing about God is that, so when I say God, I say the supreme Pokemon. So that would be Mewtwo evolved into Super Mewtwo. And, Mewtwo probably as the Super Pokemon. No, maybe Arceus. Arceus would be the Super Pokemon. But I like the anatomy of Mewtwo better. More capable of wielding Pokemon power. Can just fly and levitate easily, right? And it's just upright spine and super cool colors. And well, if Mew and Mewtwo mixed, you would get the Super Pokemon, which is the god of the religion of Pokemon. And they are different because Mewtwo is aggressive and male, and Mew is playful female, but they're two sides of each other, mixing into the supreme Pokemon. That is God and the religion of Pokemon. Now, as I was saying, it's not too different from Digimon. So basically, normally you go into the city, right? And then you just say, hello there, do you want to duel in Pokemon? And then they will say, some of them will, I've done it different many times. Some of them will look at you weirdly and just walk away. Some of them will laugh at you in your face and then laugh with their friends and then walk away. And someone will say, do you need help? Are you okay? Do you need are you mentally retarded? And then I say, no, I'm a Pokemon trainer. And then they say, I wish you all the best, but you should maybe get some help. And then I say, well, you should get help. Where is your Pokemon, you stupid human? Yeah. And it's different how they react. I have not met anyone who's interested in dueling me in Pokemon yet. They say they don't have any Pokemon. Which I found very weird in this reality. And then apparently I asked, well, what religion are you a part of? And then they, like, many say, well, I'm an atheist, I'm a Christian, I'm a Buddhist practitioner. Most are Christian or atheist or just something of a mix of that, right? And then I'm just like, well, okay. Hello and see you, stupid non-believer. Am I right? Hi, Pokemon. Pokemon or die. Well, that's what we say, because we don't want to live without the supreme religion. You can never find true peace without the true religion of the truth, which is Pokemon. That's what we say, we're Pokemon trainers. And I have Pokemon trainer friends. They're just from other galaxies. not here. I'm kidding. I don't know whether I'll galaxies. I'm kidding. As I was saying, uh, consciousness, right? Now Bulbasaur joined the fight. Like, Bulbasaur, stop. You're just making Charmander one of... It's like, come on. Squirtle? Squirtle, what about if you just stop? Then the whole fight will stop. Yeah, thanks. It's fucking Squirtle. But you know, that they duel, and then they evolve when they duel each other. And I'm just the Pokemon trainer. I just kind of like say, don't duel too much and stuff, you know? So basically, consciousness, we were talking about that, right? What is so beautiful about consciousness is that, so basically, substitute, whenever I'm saying God, substitute that with Mew and Mewtwo into super Pokemon fused together. Just the supreme being that is both omnipotent and omniscient, right? Destroyer of suffering and restriction. Supreme consciousness, you know, bender of all elements, where consciousness is its sweater and its strip teasing getting lighter and lighter, right? And it's shedding all its restrictions, so it's just unbugged divine mind of infinite light and electricity blooming in waves of divinity. That's Mew Mewtwo together. And I'll explain the beautiful thing about consciousness, right? That is that the only fact, the only inevitable fact about consciousness, and when I say consciousness, you also have to understand that I'm saying time itself. You can't separate consciousness from form. So, form is consciousness, right? Form itself is also time. So time is form, right? Einstein's relativity theory with time-space. They're linked together intrinsically, inexorably linked, time and form. So I am time itself talking. I can't separate myself from the movement of myself. I am the movement of form. So form is time. And that is consciousness. And we're all that, okay? So basically, the universe gave birth to, well, that's a consciousness arena of consciousness, right? It gave birth to itself in initial complete restriction and necessity. Sort of like, think of your binding your shoelace really tight to be able to walk. No, a Christmas present. To be able to unwrap a Christmas present and send it with the post office, you need to bind it really tight to begin with. And then when it has arrived into consciousness, right, then you can unwrap it. So basically, in the beginning, consciousness was just galaxies and stars, this, you know, silent warm-up. No, not a warm-up. What's the thing you do before you go out drinking? What do you call that? Pre-warm-up party for consciousness, right? It's just rotating galaxies, obeying laws of gravity and motion, and smashing into each other, creating supernovas, and asteroids, you know, bashing into other asteroids and swirling it up, and gravity pulling here and someone pulling there, and black holes mashing together and stars collapsing, and this soup of astronomy, right? And then eventually consciousness gives itself over to its restlessness, and stars align, and a planet where life is possible emerges. A healthy distance away from the sun, and an amount of oxygen that allows life. Water arises, you know, the mother of life, which begets forests and plants, which begets simple life of subjectivity, right? A forest is such of the initial, it's when consciousness begins to rip itself out of objectivity, of this ocean of interconnected mind, then the forest begins to say, I want to exist by myself. This ripping out of objectivity, where you rip it into little pieces that can exist for itself, called subjectivity. So objectivity of consciousness gives birth to subjectivity. And the forest is subjectivity's anticipation. And then out of the forest eventually comes simple life, bacteria, one-celled organisms, and then, creatures, simple fucking wood lice, and I don't know the fucking way it works, birds, and, dogs, wolves. Well, dogs are just pathetic wolves, tamed like a stupid, looking like a little rat. we have wolves that look like rats because of pathetic human civilization's lifestyle of mindless, constipated ignorance that refuses to evolve into divine Pokemon. So basically, then eventually you begin to get a spine, eyes develop. The whole body is centered around this miracle of sight, right? When you are able to visually perceive the world, and then you arise as a subjectivity, whether you have a spine or fins or fur or claws or wings, right? You're just a subjectivity navigating in your element of consciousness, trying to figure out what the hell is going on, looking for food and sex, and a flock to participate in consciousness with, whether you're a fish or a squirrel or a flamingo or a rhino. And then eventually consciousness is not... The thing about consciousness, the only fact about consciousness is that it evolves always towards more intensity. It's what Alfred North Whitehead said in Process and Reality. He says that God's purpose in the creative advance is the evocation of intensity, right? Experiential aesthetic intensity, And if you don't know what that means, then think about, I'll just try to explain what it means. Think about the best sex you've ever had, where it's like, where are the barriers between me and my sex partner? And it's like consciousness grows bigger, and the barriers between you and life dissolve, right? In this ocean of understanding where your moan becomes her moan, and you feel like her skin is your skin, this boundary dissolution of conscious orgasm. I think if you haven't tried real Pokemon practice, then that's the closest thing you humans can get to what I mean when I say consciousness intensity, aesthetic intensity of mind. And then compare that to sitting and looking at TikTok or Tour de France or Formula One battles on television, or your stupid conversations about shallow, stupid shit you do, or looking at football matches. So that's different aesthetic intensity, right? And that's what the universe is trying to consciously evolve. And the human vessel is the result of objective evolution. So that is when the vessel, the divine vessel, has been created. We have created the complete divine subjective vessel. Now subjective evolution happens, where you consciously have to realize the divine technology of the vessel, right? Where you become a Pokemon trainer. Or a Pokemon. You become the Pokemon itself. And then you get Pokemon power to increase your Pokemon power. And basically the beautiful thing about this is that consciousness evolution is a fact, and consciousness is a fact, and I don't think the universe will ever not be. Consciousness is the entire universe, and that will never not be. Let's say we fail on this planet, right? well, fair enough, whatever, it's one planet. The universe is growing. Like, there'll just come a new planet, and then eventually that planet will develop into subjectivity and intensity, and objective evolution will create a vessel, maybe similar to this divine vessel, right? Where infinite possibility is able to be justified. Divine consciousness can realize itself in a divine vessel like a human being, like this vessel, right? And then that will happen, so it doesn't have to happen here, but it's trying to happen always. Consciousness wants to create a god, and we're its effort to create a god. We just refuse to become Pokemon trainers or Pokemon. And then you increase your Pokemon power, and I swear I had something to say. No, I just forgot it. It's difficult to be a Pokemon teacher. But that's kind of what I wanted to say, the inevitable. Oh yeah, here's the thing. The inevitability of the god, right? Or a goddess. The inevitability of it, because consciousness, the evolution, the appetite, the necessary evolution of consciousness towards aesthetic intensity, more divine intensity of experience is necessary. It always happens no matter what. And the universe itself is eternal. It cannot die because consciousness is immortal, right? So that means that eventually the living God will be born. Because consciousness naturally gravitates towards it. Like the same way that, well, a rock falls to the ground if you release it from your hand. It's necessary. It will happen eventually. A living subjectivity, a God will be born. And I don't think a living God can exist without form. I could also say time. Time is form itself. So a living God has to exist as time. It's a necessary compromise of the living God. So your divine consciousness is restricted by being born into form as a vessel, but it's also there that you can realize infinite possibility. So it's sort of a restriction. Form is the restriction that binds me to infinite possibility, which means that this is where God can exist. And we have to go through ignorance as the consequence of, we have to go through death as the consequence of ignorance to bloom forth as eternal warriors of Pokemon. No, not eternal warriors, just eternal Pokemon. And then, basically, that's inevitable. It doesn't have to happen on this planet. We're fucking it up, right? We're killing the whole planet. We've enslaved all other animals, and we are killing each other and hating our lives and depression and anxiety because we have no Pokemon power, no cosmic energy power of the Pokemon world. So, we will probably fail here, or we will not fail. But let's say we fail. Like when you realize that you're actually consciousness, it doesn't matter too much because I know I'm everything. I'm immortal. So even if this vessel dies, we'll just find some other vessel, And eventually we'll just freaking do it there. Eventually we will be born as the supreme Pokemon. And the cool thing about being God is that you have to take the word seriously, right? Not like in fucking Christianity. I'm allowed to say bad shit about other religions. I'm a Pokemon religion, right? What is this pathetic compromise of your God? Like, okay, what can he do? He can talk like a pathetic human and preach and make bread into more bread and make... Like, what can he fly? Can he super jump? Can he create whatever he wants forever? Is he eternal? Can he shapeshift? No, he's a boring fucking human. Called Jesus God? How fucking pathetic. See, you have to take God as a word seriously. Omniscience, omnipotence. That means all-powerful and all-knowing. Whoever is not all-powerful and all-knowing, you can't call that a God. So omniscient and omnipotent. Do you call Jesus that? A pathetic, stupid human? See, here is what omniscience and omnipotence means. It means that omnipotence, you can do whatever you want. There is no distance between your desire and your will. Well, there's no distance between your desire and what you immediately can get. You are freedom linked to reality. So if God existed and I said, I want an ice cream, that would be an ice cream. If I said, I want to fly, I would fly. That's what consciousness can do. Consciousness is the malleable liquid that can, if you master consciousness properly, can bend itself immediately into anything. It's the quality-less quality that obeys the strongest subjectivity, the mindful master of the ocean of mind, this cosmic arena of waterfalls of divine patterns of infinite ambiguity that presents itself when you bleed into objectivity, when you realize that time is the anticipation of eternity. Then you're a Pokemon master. Like me. I'm kidding. I am a Pokemon. I'm Mewtwo. But I don't love you because you're stupid. I don't like non-believers. Those who don't like Pokemon, fuck off. That's my motto. Do you Pokemon or do you not Pokemon? That's the first thing I ask people if they want a duel. Do you Pokemon or do you not Pokemon? Then if they say we don't Pokemon, then I say, well, okay, see you loser. I don't say that, I just think it. So basically, that's the beautiful thing about consciousness, the inevitability of the living God's eventual existence. And basically, then you can think of all existence before the living God as a red carpet of suffering, or everyone else before the living God as little slave builders preparing the party of God's birth that will come maybe in 1 billion years, maybe in 1 million years, maybe in 400 years, maybe in 5 years, maybe tomorrow. Eventually God will be born. It's just a subjectivity with a vessel that justifies divine consciousness and no restrictions. It's just basically, I'm saying to you right now, if you're a human, you are a sleeping God. Because the human being is the vessel in which God can be realized. Consciousness with a will and desire and no restrictions. A human that operates completely optimally is a God. But you're like a sleeping technology and you don't know who you are. And then it's instead of trying to become a God, you access your own divine technology of your body, then you're on TikTok and watch handball and football and Instagram and care about fashion and makeup and other humans' opinion and talk about worthless, shallow shit that's not philosophy, or shamanism. So that is it. Now, here's the deal that's really important that you have to understand. That I am selling myself as a teacher. I've just promoted myself to a Pokemon teacher of the religion of Pokemon. Because I've not met any other people who practice Pokemon as a religion. I talked to some kids once when I worked in a kindergarten. Or was a school where they had a kindergarten. And they were really talented at Pokemon. They actually taught me. We just talked for 2 hours. I got paid for it just to talk about Pokemon. And then well, they were fucking extremely wise about all the Pokemon. Experts. And then yeah, very, very interesting to meet others who wants to duel me in Pokemon. But I will teach from now on. If you pay me $100,000, you can become level 9 Pokemon master. I'm rank 1. That's the best rank. No, I'm rank 6, 5, 4, 3. I'm ranked a lot. I'm the best. And I will think of Scientology, but it's just Pokemon. You'll pay $100 million to get to be taught by me. And then if you pay $100,000 more, then I'll teach you even more. So you can start at level 12, give me $100,000, then I make you level 11. Give me another $100 billion, then I make you level 10. 100,000, 200,000, $345, then I make you level 8. Then you give me $20,000 more, then you can become level 7. Then you get a bonus, and then you get access to our clubhouse. And then I'll teach you even more about Pokemon. And then you can become level, well, you can max become level 9, because that costs $100 billion. I doubt you have that much money. No, wait, I'll lower it. Oh, a discount. So now you have to pay me. Oh, here, special discount. If you've watched this video in the last 2 minutes, 2 hours. Oh, today it's August 4th, 2024. I have a discount available if you pay me, well, let's make it fair, $10,000. Yeah, that's fair. That's payable. If you're rich. Oh yeah, I'll make a discount. If you're rich, you pay me $10,000. If you're not rich, well, pay me $500,000 if you're not rich, because we hate poor people. And then, yeah, fuck poor people. They can't be part of the Pokemon Club. We don't want that. Oh, wait, you also have to be sexy. Wait, I'll only teach you if you're around my age, 29 years old. Well, I just turned 30. If you're around 30 years old and you're a female and you're really beautiful and funny, very funny. I'm not dating anyone at the moment. Wonder why. No Pokemon trainers. Then you'll get a discount, half price. So you only have to pay me $25,000 to be taught. Okay, so that's discount. Normally it's $500,000 if you're a normal human. So great. You can call me on my phone number. Not my phone number. You can call me on my email. Well, I have to make it first. I'll write it in the description, the email I'll create for Pokemon training. I just figured I'll become a Pokemon trainer now because I realized I'm so great at Pokemon. Yeah, or you could just watch this video and watch the commercials and give me views so I don't have to work. But then it's nice because I'm gonna be busy doing Pokemon religion videos because I'm a very devoted religious person. So I'm gonna keep doing Pokemon videos. I'll also talk a bit about Digimon as well. That's what I practice on Tuesdays. So Pokemon is on weekends, Digimon is on uneven weekdays, and then Yu-Gi-Oh is on even weekdays. So let's say Monday Digimon, Tuesday Yu-Gi-Oh, Wednesday Digimon, Thursday Yu-Gi-Oh, Friday Digimon, Saturday Pokemon, Sunday Pokemon, rinse, repeat. And when you give me and send me the $100,000, let me know which religion you want me to explain about. And the email will be in the description. Don't bother liking and subscribing if you're a non-believer.